Alright guys, so I have a video that I've been wanting to talk about for a very good minute, but I've seen people making videos that, oh my god, Funko's dying, Funko's this, Funko's that. I thought Funko was dying myself, but I feel like there is hope. I think that hope is slowly but surely being unveiled. So I want to talk to you guys about why I think Funko will come back. So, first of all, I mainly just want to say from experience that Funko is quite frankly not the same as it once was back in 2019, 2018. Everybody used to line up for cons. Comic-Cons were the big things, the big popular stuff. You know, Funko.com exclusives weren't mass-produced, didn't have this sticker that said exclusive. Instead, quite frankly, yes, perfect. Instead, they would have said Funko Shop Limited Edition, which meant that the Funko Pop was limited edition. Now it says Funko Exclusive, not even limited edition, literally just an exclusive. I wish Funko would go back to making limited pops on the website, because yes, they would have made more money, and yes, it would have been better, but Funko is just greedy. They really wanted to make their goal of $1 billion. I think something in the billions. I'm not even entirely sure. It was something redundant and insane. Let me just put that out there. But yeah, so, you know, Funko wanted to do that, and of course they can't reach that because they were literally full, and they were going full speed at it. Like, I'm talking, they were jumping the gun. Quite frankly, how I do every time I like a woman. But that's besides the point, y'all. I'm just saying that Funko, yeah, so it's like, my problem is I'm a collector from the East Coast. We get stuff. We get the shit end of the stick when it comes to, like, Funko. Well, we'll get everything last on the ship when it comes to, like, getting Funko Pops and stuff. And, you know, it goes West Coast, Middle East, and then East Coast, Middle East or something. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much about time zones or whatever. You know what I mean, though. So, a thing that also bugs me, too, is Funko is just not the same. People don't line up at all for any releases. Like, this year's New York Comic Con, you all can argue it was trash. Okay, it was trash, but no one lined up for this con. This pop was shit, I know. I bought it because I love MODOK. But the Comic Con that it was right here, which is San Diego Comic-Con, wasn't really a good con, nor was this year's New York Comic-Con, unfortunately. Well, actually, I don't know that for a fact, because I wasn't there in the morning. I wasn't there in the morning for the con. I was still in New York City because I was at the con. But people don't line up for Funko Pops anymore, and I absolutely hate that. I really hate the fact that no one lines up for Pops anymore. I remember when they had a release at a Hot Topic, and there would be multiple people lined up to get that one exclusive. Hot Topic Nerdette, when she was still part of the Hot Topic Foundation and she still did those live streams, she would unveil every month. We would get a certain amount of Hot Topic exclusives, and some people would line up for those days. I would have my dad, because I couldn't go out because, you know, I wasn't in school. I would have my dad after work go there and still be able to get them. My dad sometimes still does that for me now. But it's just back then, like, there were people that might have been lined up. Like, I know the green Shenra, people lined up for that. Comic-Con days, people lined up for that. Like, now it's different. And that is because everything is mass-produced and everything goes to Funko.com. Now, I know you guys can say, oh, well, everything going to Funko.com is actually pretty good. It is money-wise. You could argue it's a smart business move. It's kind of smart, but it's killing off the in-person collecting, the in-person experience. That is why no collectors are out for Comic-Cons. Literally no one is. No one is out for any Comic-Cons now at all this year. I met up with my friend because I sold 70 Funko Pops for $200. I took an insane loss. But this was stock that was sitting, and I was like, I need to get rid of this somehow. And I finally got rid of it. Kudos to you for buying it off me. I greatly appreciate you. But no, just it's hard. It's really hard to resell Funko Pops now because everything's mass produced. I'll have friends at school who'll say, "Oh my God, James, you're so cool. You have an online business and an empire, and you like sell Funko Pops. It's a good investment." It kind of is, but it was 2 years ago. Now, they're not a good investment because nothing is selling out. And that is one thing that I don't like. I wish Funko Pops would eventually sell out more, besides One Piece exclusives. But there is hope. There definitely is hope. Funko announced a couple months ago they would be cutting down, like, I think 40% of product lines and SKUs. So I'm hoping what that means, they don't make as much junk that they know people will not buy. Like, for example, they made Ozark Pops. No offense to my probably 5 Ozark fans out there. They made Pops those. They didn't make those. Like, you know, that's Pops we literally didn't need. Law and Order, that is classic. We would like, people wanted to see that. But the thing is, too, like, you gotta, like, not overproduce stuff. You gotta, like, test the fan base, like, testify it, and make sure, like, oh, or if we make a certain amount of Pops, will people be able to buy it and actually be happy? You know what I mean? So, yeah, but what I think how Funko can clap back is, one, if they lower stock, which they are doing, they are lowering SKUs. I'm not saying I've seen it in hand, but I do know that Funko is aiming to do that by the beginning of next year, so that is good. And I don't know if Mike Becker is teasing a collaboration with Nintendo in some sort of way, but we had a prototype, I think, of one of the Nintendo characters that was at the masquerade to be able to be bought, or like almost it was like a bid wise with trophy, or not bid, it was a bidding system, I think, that was able to be bought. And yeah, but people got it, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, everyone was, they're like, what is this, like, Nintendo, are we getting Nintendo Pops? I thought we weren't a couple months ago, but it's very likely. It's a very likely possibility, and if Funko can manage to get the hands of the Nintendo license, that is a good thing that will save Funko. If they do that, that is definitely one of the key factors that Funko is needing. And again, the stock has went up on Funko. Stock has went up, and the stock went up randomly after the quarter results. Because this is definitely a good sign, because after, when Funko had their last earnings call, couple earnings calls, their stock would go down and it would slowly go up. But this time it went up. So I think Funko is planning something big come 2024. And you guys are probably wondering, like, what makes you say that? Well, I think they're hinting towards a Nintendo collaboration. And we also got Funkoween 2024 leaks. I'm going to make a whole separate video jumping into those. But we did get, like, Ghostface. We're getting Ghostface Funko Pops for Scream. That's already confirmed. So those are going to slap so hard. Those will be awesome. We're getting new SpongeBob Pops, including a Doodle Bob. These are rumors from a list that gets revealed it's from a list that gets shown off every month. In, like, I'll talk about my video when it comes out. It's a whole thing. I'm hoping to put the video out tomorrow. I have a giant test at the study for, so I'm going to be taking time probably to do that. But I just want to say, too, like, Funko is not dead yet. Sure, FYE might have gone out of the game, but they're not done. Funko is not done yet, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to come back. Funko will definitely and indefinitely, I think, is going to come back. If they are, because I think Funko is playing something big. Like I said, 2024 will be an insane year for Funko. I am thinking that right now. Considering the disaster of Fun Days and such, you know, like, I love the Gassel cast, but, like, I mean, I love the Gassel cast, I love K-Dog and Fish, they're the ones who were, like, covering Funko, and, like, it's a good thing we have bigger news pages that can speak, or bigger channels that can speak out and put their opinions and come together and say what they think of Funko. It's very smart how Funko is using Top Pops, the biggest subscribed YouTuber, to promote their Funko Pops. It's very smart. It's smart. But overall, I think Funko's in a bad spot now, but I think they're slowly but surely getting out of that spot and they're moving on. Because, like I said, there's a bunch of good Funko Pops that are coming soon, and if Funko just can control their production and not mass produce everything, Funko might be popular again. We might have more people waiting outside for lines and stuff. I just hope that Funko can do good, and I do think they will. So, again, guys, I just want to say this video in honor, because I know a lot of people were making the video saying, like, oh, it was Funko dying. I want to be someone who comes out and actually says Funko is not going to die. Like I did at the beginning of the year. I did think they were going to die. But now, I think there is just a little bit of hope left for Funko. There's a tiny bit hope. So, we can hope that that hope, no pun intended, rips right open and Funko becomes, well, popular again. They're just in a bad spot because, you know, got rid of over 200 people at Funko. That's why the quality is going down. The designs, the box art designs, like the example I could show you is Vecna and Nancy, but it's like a bad design. The new Avatar sodas, they look like shit. No offense. So, like I said, that's not going to be permanently. That is just because they're in this situation. But once they can put all these products out that will have these so-called bad box glams and bad boxes, I think Funko will be good. So I just want to say that.